see some familiar faces from earlier workshops. We're happy you guys are all here. This is our third workshop in the series, so if you enjoyed it, we'll probably send a review because we're thinking about doing additional educational series in January. My name is Vicki Bassel. I'm the Director of Brand Marketing at Now. And my team and I and my colleagues wanted to really start doing a better job of educating in the space of sustainable apparel. We feel like there's a lot of brands that are doing it and talking about it, and lots of like recycled plastic bottle things, and that's all well and good, but we really wanted to make sure that we're helping everyone cut through the noise, and we're learning ourselves things from people who come to this workshop, all different ideas and tips and tricks. So for today's workshop, as you know, we're going to be doing upcycling. We've been partnering with Renewal Workshop for this entire series. Michelle has been with us the whole time, and the person who's going to be teaching the workshop today is Luz Rule. Luz is right there. She's been in the industry for 30 years. She's worked at Patagonia, she's worked at Neff, North Face, and she's like started programs, and currently she's the Director of Quality and Repair at Renewal Workshop out in Cascade Lock. So for those of you who don't know, she's gonna start by talking a little bit about what the Renewal Workshop does and the circular economy. And we'll start by going over upcycling in general. And did anyone bring any products that they want to upcycle? So then you guys can bring that up here, and she riffs so quickly, so she'll go over some ideas for you. Then we're gonna take a short break. And who brought a pair of woven pants? All right, good. So whoever didn't bring a pair of woven pants, we have a pair that can use a new life from now that we're happy to give to you. And Luz is going to walk you through a couple of projects that will start tonight, and I'll let her tell you what they're going to be because it's really fun. So without further ado, Luz, you're up.
Actually, I want to introduce Shell. She's also my co-worker.
You're giving her the mic to start off. All right.
Okay, well, some of you have already heard my spiel, but for those of you that are new, I work down in Cascade Locks at the Renewal Workshop, and what we do is partner with brands like Now, the North Face, Prana, Mara Hoffman, and Koyuchi, among many others, to help them with all of their waste. So this is product that they've deemed unsellable for whatever reason, damages, stains, that kind of thing. And instead of going to landfill, we take it into our factory and we clean it, repair it, and resell it. And we have some new renewed analysis here that I would like to talk about today. But yeah, so Luz is in charge of our standards and getting all of our repairs done, so she's going to help y'all with our upcycling.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. So, just a little background, as Vicki said, I have actually worked at North Face for 13 years, from sample cutting to customer service to everything else, spec engineer and all that, and then I worked at Patagonia. My last role there was quality engineer, and so what that role entailed was to work with the product developers to ensure, and we created standards as well, the sewing standards, the repair standards, and to just ensure that everything's consistent across the board for the company. And now that is my role at the Renewal Workshop, is I do create the repair standards for all of the products that we repair for the company. I have sew technicians, we call them, not seamstresses, because they can also be males. So if you're looking for a sew tech job, we're hiring. Look at that, I had to plug that in there, right? Yeah. But so then I'm creating the process of how we're going to repair that tear, how we're going to repair that zipper. So it's consistent and it's a standard for the Renewal Workshop, regardless of the sew technician's experience in the business. Okay. I also am, my role is also working with our new brand partners to create the pilots for them, where I actually am the first one to look at the products that come into our factory, and I review it and I present, here's how we're going to repair this issue, or not. So we also assess whether or not if it's cost effective for us to even repair the product, because something could come in with like 5 different issues, but if we're going to resell it for a certain discounted price, it may not be cost effective for us to even do the full zipper repair. And what was I saying? Work with them, and I also give them advice on how we would label their products. So we do internal, external labeling. Anything that we process in our business, we do put the Renewal Workshop label on it. Okay? So our sewing technicians will sew it on a center back label or on the So tonight's program we're gonna do is we're gonna do an upcycle program. So how many, are there any DIYers here? Is that the right word? Yeah? I love that stuff, right? So you look at something, and my kids actually hate it, because like we'll go shopping and I'm like, oh, I really like this. I'm like, oh, but I could make it for you. You've got 10 years of projects that you've been making for us. I'm now 28, and I got you on it. So now it's like, go buy it. But I will not pay for anything full price, because I'm in the industry. So, but it's always interesting, depending on the mindset, right? So my mind constantly goes. I don't sleep much because I'm always thinking about the best way to repair something. Or here's a pair of pants, here's what I could do with it. And I've got 10 million things I want to do with that one pair of pants. So that's what we're going to try to do today. So I would like whoever brought a pair of pants to kind of give me what you want to do with it. Like, give me an idea. What is your thought process? What do you want to do? What's your idea? And then I'll tell you if you can or you can't. You can do anything you want. It's your product. But I'm going to show you basically how to repair it easily, or if it's going to be hand sewn or a sewing machine, that type of feedback. Okay? So who wants to go first? This one, because you keep smiling at me.
I let them bring whatever they want. It wasn't just pants for the
Okay.
upcycling.
Or
For
what
the-
else did anyone bring?
Someone has a bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah, the bags. Now I feel like the price, what do you call it? I'm gonna date myself. Never mind. Let's make a deal.
Yeah, let's make a deal. Let's do it.
These are actually now brand.
Okay.
I wore them hard for many years
Oh,
now,
look
and
at
they're
that.
totally torn up. So I don't know that they even hold waterproofing anymore, but I didn't want to throw them away. Just do something
Right?
with fabric and like.
So just to give you a little feedback, so we will get products like this, okay? So this is some of the stuff that we'll get in. And so in our team, in the repair department, so it goes through a pre-sort where Kevin looks at, you know, we get boxes and boxes of products and we don't know what's in there. It's like a Cracker Jack box, right? Ooh, what's in here? So we look at it and we're like, oh no, wait a minute, there's a, and I'm not trying to, you know.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, they're decontaminating.
Say anything better.
We're awesome.
This is well loved.
They were
Okay,
awesome.
we call it well loved. So we will assess it and go, okay, because it's a seam tape product, and yes, most likely the DW or finish or the waterproofness is probably gone
Yeah.
at this point.
The recoating may not really work anymore.
Yeah, and so we'll look at it, and because there's so many different issues, we will not probably push this through to do a
Yeah.
repair on it. We will recycle it. So if we can't do anything to it and repair it, then when we say recycle, we will actually harvest the product for every single part that we can reuse. And it could be this webbing, it could be this little piece that I could, if it's still, you know, parts of it, that I could reuse as a patch. So this part right here is still good.
Yeah, it is nice trimming and packed it up.
Yeah, so we'll take parts of it, like the zipper pull, things that we can reuse on the brand's product. Okay, so it's sustainable, we're trying to recycle everything, and whatever goes into garbage is as minimal as possible.
And then what would you do with the fabric? Would that have to get thrown away, or could you make something out of it?
No, so then we'll also consolidate like 100% polyester, 100% cotton, 100% nylon, and then we are looking for vendors to actually, we can sell it to, give it to them, and then they can redo something with it, maybe, you know, make it to new fabric.
But if it's a blend of something, you can't really.
Right, so then we also have a blend category that we are not sure what it's gonna be. Right, because this could be your, this is your nylon for right here, and this could be some polyester blend, if I'm looking at the label, which is still there. It's actually 100% recycled polyester. But the trim is recycled polyester and 12% spandex, and the patch is nylon. So you've got 3 different content on this one product.
Wouldn't that make a great handbag? Or a
Yes.
shoulder bag?
Or a skirt.
Or a firewood carrier?
Yes.
Could we have men in here?
Yes. You can do whatever you want to do with
Shorts?
this. So with the pair of shorts, yes, that's probably the first thing you'd want to do is make a pair of shorts.
Very warm.
You can make a skirt, you can make an apron, you can make a wine bottle holder, you can make a nice little placemat, coaster. Come on, help me out here, you guys. What's that?
Like a little.
Yeah, like a little pouch. You can do a pouch. You can do a doggy toy with it. Shred it up in 3 pieces, braid it, tie a knot, and my dog would love it.
Do you see a waist apron or an over the neck apron? Because I don't see it yet.
But you're gonna see it later, so.
Okay, thank you.
We will see that, and you're getting a different later.
But I don't want to.
So, what else do we have? Let's see what else did somebody bring. Somebody brought in knit, Vicky.
Ooh, we were talking about that.
So what do you think you can make out of this? Or what would you like to make out of this?
A shirt without holes.
No, but holes are in.
Holes are in?
But you, I'm gonna age myself. Don't you kids pay for holes on your products?
Shirt here, you know, or something like.
Right, and Michelle will pay $75 for holes in
I
her
can go to
pants.
Goodwill.
Well, okay, so on a serious note, on the renewal side, the way we would repair this is we would actually clean up a little bit. We would add a seam tape to the back and add an embroidery stitch. And I wish I had brought my samples, but we can close this hole, we can fix it.
What is the seam tape?
So seam tape is this, what you use, so that it's waterproof on your pants, that is seam taping. So Vortex seam taping or Bemis, we actually have rolls of this stuff, and then so depending on the weight of the fabric, we have lightweight, midweight, heavyweight, and so this would be a lightweight seam tape that we would actually press on here to close the hole. We do heat press machine, hot and cold press to repair it, and then we will add a stitch that will either match the white or this brown color with an embroidery stitch or just a regular stitch, just to close it up, to seal it. So yes.
Yeah, it
Maybe.
doesn't have this. How do you do the hot and cold? Can you do it like a
So-
hair straightener or something?
Like my hair. No, so what we do is, you know, the pattern, metal pattern press or block. It's metal, it's heavy, and it's a pattern, so that it holds your patterns down when you're cutting. It's just to hold everything down, right? So we put it over ice, actually. And so we'll do a hot press about 360 degrees for 5 seconds. We open it up, take the hot press off, take the cold press, and what it does is that it just quickly sets it and cools it. Because if you take it up and it's still hot, it just kind of peels off the heat press.
So you couldn't do that at home with a regular iron?
You can do that at home they do have seam tape at Joanne's Fabrics, but not to the level of the Vortex seam tape.
Oh yeah, I sells
The seam.
some kind of vortex type
Mhm.
tape. But
You can, there's no-sew tape, there's,
oh,
you have tape.
I take that old jacket, yeah, I don't know what tape.
Yeah, and they do,
See
so
where it
some of
cuts.
those tapes that you can buy at the fabric stores don't require you to do a heat press, it's just a regular iron. But we just it was one of the standards we created at Patagonia, what we do at hot holds, it's just to ensure that it's actually adhered onto that.
So you said tape it on the back and then embroider, so like poking holes through the tape?
Yes,
Would that happen?
yes, so what we would do is, okay, God, I wish I brought those pair of jeans that I did. We would put a little piece of seam tape on it. Okay, so everything basically, this hole, it closes up. I will trim all this little pieces of thread that's coming out or yarns, and then it would look like this with a tear on it. So it has the seam tape underneath. I would take a sewing machine and either do a straight stitch, single needle stitch, or I will do an embroidery decorative embroidery stitch. Once I sew it onto the seam tape, then I will take it back to the heat press and press it just so it seals the thread that I sewed on. And if needed, I would put another clear tape on top of that thread and then seal it, so that way the thread is not exposed on the inside.
And would you actually see, would it look like it's gone?
We've done some amazing, we've done some amazing repairs, so people cannot tell that we've repaired it unless you turn it on the back and go, oh, there's that seam tape. So, do you have renewed products here? We have, anything with repairs on it? Do you know, or is it all the as
I'll
it is?
check, but probably not.
I want some shirts that, I had to look hard, I got a sale recently, and you really can't really
Right.
tell you looking inside the boot for it, and I guess it's barcode, but.
Yeah.
Right, and that's where part of our category is we'll do restored. So renewed restored means that it's not a visible repair. So at this point, it would be a visible repair because you can probably see the thread. One of our sew technicians' roles is to make sure that they actually use dyed to match thread as close and as best, to the garment as possible.
Would you ever like kind of celebrate her hair and make that an embellishment, an extra design?
Yeah, but actually, so what part of our goal, you find one?
No, I was talking.
What? Oh, right there, okay. So, which one are you talking about, your pants?
Yeah, my pants.
Okay.
We're celebrating the day.
We are celebrating the upcycling part. So, did you do that one? Michelle added? Okay. So we did a program where we upcycled pants and with Wrangler. And so one of our coworkers added paint strips.
Yeah, so Wrangler had a bunch of pants that needed to be renewed and they were kind of beyond that. So we did a whole capsule collection for an event down in Nashville where we just took it and like cut it or painted it and just kind of really added to the damage. And that's that scene in Nashville that certain vibe, that's what they want, I want. So, yeah, so we did all these different pants with really cool paint details, patching, holes, tears, raw hems. Yeah.
Is that a regular fabric pattern or is it like?
It's not regular fabric.
Should I say this? I actually scolded Michelle. What are you using paint for? It needs to be a fabric brand.
It was paint I found in the
Yeah.
factory.
So it's house paint or factory. But hey, you washed it, right?
Yeah,
So
I washed it.
So it's stayed on.
It's just fine. It's just regular.
Regular
And we used painter's tape to make the line so clean.
Yeah, you can do a lot of
Yeah, that's
So- So what? Or a tank top.
Yeah.
Do you have a dog? You can make a doggy toy. Or a doggy tank top. Or a doggy tank top.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, the 80s is coming back, right? Little crop.
Oh, yeah.
Or a tank top, you can cut the sleeves out and the collar and make it into,
For hot yoga or something?
yeah.
Or if you cut the neckline a little bit and just like make that the vibe.
Yeah, I haven't explored it that much.
So, do you want the shirt back?
Do I want it back? Like,
If I upcycled it, did something to it, would you want it back?
yes.
I love that.
That'd be, but I'm okay with you doing something.
I want her to do mine.
Yeah.
So in sewing, it's very important that you never use anything with fabric on these scissors. I yell at everybody at my house, at work, don't touch my scissors, because it only cuts fabric. So what you can do with this, I was gonna say, so there's, I have actually on one of my t-shirts, for our first sale, we had a t-shirt and somebody asked me what can I do with it, so I actually cut fringes. And then, you pull it apart and then you put little ties or beads into it and you've got a cute little, concert t-shirt.
Do you want a concert t-shirt?
I leave it up, I leave it up to you. I'll wear it and I'll feel honored.
You want a tank top?
I'm okay with that.
But I want you guys to do pants on too and do your own thing, so. Here we go. Sure. Okay.
I feel like she's cutting your hair.
No, you've been doing this for a long time, right?
You're relaxed.
No, just last year. What do you mean? I just started with the company. Yeah, right? No, the funny, I'll share a funny story. So when we first started, we got products that didn't have issues on it. And so Nicole would be like, Nicole, the owner, one of the owners of the company, she was like, can you create a repair issue on this? I'm like, oh my God, you don't even know what you're asking me to do. It's perfectly perfect. You want me to cut holes? And then I did a program for Michelle when we upcycled and labeled all of these Mount Khaki pants, and they were perfect condition. We totally restored them. And I came to work one day, I'm like, what is this? Paint? Did you run over these pants? She added her own little embellishments.
I took them home into my garage and I threw fireworks at them. And paint and just took scissors and anything I could find in my garage.
Now it doesn't pain me to,
Can we ask questions about renewal?
Yes, you can. Oh, can you or?
I'll direct them this way.
I'm listening.
There are, the list of partners on your site is impressive and it's growing. And sometimes when you go to the e-commerce site and you look for said brands, is it coming in, is the product coming in waves or?
So, yes and no.
Okay.
Some of our product, some of the brands you see there will be coming online soon.
Okay,
Some of them have their own different programs, so
where you,
Koyuchi Home Goods,
okay,
they actually have us renew it and then I send it all back to their store in Point Reyes.
You don't want holes in it.
okay,
It's not gonna ever do, well, it may one day, but like, they have
Not gonna do
okay.
I think, well, I don't have the seam tape here, but I can show you how I can repair this. So here's another thing too, what we've done too, we have Carhartt is our new, brand partners. And we go back and forth on it, cause you know, actually the brand new products are very stiff duck canvas.
Yes.
And a lot of the products we get are well worn, well
Yes.
loved, and we hear that you Carhartt wearers do not want it to look brand new. They want it to, they've been working out in the fields for some time, right, even though it's their first day. So, I've actually upcycled a pair of pants. A friend of mine actually brought me a pair, the pocket was all torn, like fringes everywhere, the hem was all damaged. So it was the, it was like this color. Yeah, like this color. And so I took a pair of other Carhartt denim and I actually patched it on. We took the pocket out and we just sewed a patch to cover the pocket so it's a functioning pocket. But it had a cool little design on it too, because it had the denim coming out of the brown pant. And then I took the denim and I folded it to add a hem to the bottom. So now we've got a denim trim going on here, a denim trim on the back pocket, and then, you know, there's the whole zipper thing going on, so we added a patch there. It was really cool, and he loved it so much more. So, okay, I'm a little torn, what do you want? You want
I
torn or
wanna,
not?
I wanna show my mom that she paid for it.
See, and now I'm that mom, how much did you pay for that? You're cutting it out? I can't believe you.
I own one.
Oh, you could own two.
I could own two.
Alright.
Dark sleeves on
I
it.
can cut this, or I can.
Whoa, it's dark.
Can you turn the, can you turn
You
the sleeves into
can.
kangaroo pockets?
Oh, yeah, like a pocket,
Oh, yeah.
like I could
Hand-warmer?
put a little pocket up here, a little chest pocket.
I had a friend who just put it as a headband when you get sweaty.
Or
or
do you
something.
cycle, what's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan, do you cycle?
Do I
Like, cycle, like ride a bike?
Oh.
You live here in
Yeah,
Portland,
I
right?
do,
You ride a
yeah.
bike everywhere?
That's my temporary.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I have a sense of
Oh,
humor and a
look
quick
at that.
wit
Look at
that is forgive me if I.
Are you making a guitar?
Do you want me to make a No, watch this.
No, you're getting back pockets.
Now I'm getting, yeah, that's why I'm
Wait, the cool chest
asking
pockets.
you. Actually, and I do have a sewing machine. So I fold the front,
On the back.
what's that? I messed up.
And you
Oh,
got
that's, you got a
Ryan.
second one.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
That's your headband.
Oh, nice.
No, actually, I didn't mess up, because I'm just gonna make a dart, so it's got a nice little plate for your pocket in the back.
Oh my gosh, you're doing a live upcycle on a shirt right now?
I'm upcycle.
That's awesome.
There's a guy I was watching, so, see, this could be your back pocket.
Yeah.
I will just sew that on, and you're riding your
Yeah.
bike, you
Yeah.
put this, you can have art, all that kind of
Size
stuff.
it for a banana.
But actually, I'll use this
I feel
one,
like wool is not the normal.
Wool?
to-
wool breeds, you know, wool will keep you, wool is a natural fiber, so wool will keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
I
And
read
warm
it
in the
was
summer.
It's the best.
Yeah, and I can attest to that, cause I wore 100% wool top when I went to OR one year in Utah, and it was 100 degrees, and I'm like, what the hell am I wearing wool for? And it kept me really cool, it was really nice, and it was long sleeve too.
and it's sweat wicking and antimicrobial, so it keeps you from stink.
Exactly.
Since it's a breathable fiber.
Alright, so anyway, we can sew this on later, but I would like to move on and see what else is out there. Have a fun. And that is my show. Alright, so hold on to that, and then we will sew that on. Oh, here, you can send this to your mom.
Mom, I make it.
Do we want to do something with this now?
You have a wine can if you have an idea.
We do.
Someone else's, but yeah.
Look at this.
I mean, I don't know what else to do.
So what we would do, actually, when we're recycling, yeah, this is, well, this one, we can actually replace the elastic. But this right here is a nice piece of fabric. This could be a little pouch. This could be a little lunch sack. You know, with a little handle on it.
Have an even better idea.
Yeah, it could be a,
You know how they have those water bottles?
exactly, see, look, it's just right there. Alright. I feel like fun. Here, what do you guys want to see?
Back when I used to work, there was.
Yeah, they've been strong enough for a while.
Alright, hold on, I just noticed something. Okay, sit by your pants.
So how long have you had those?
Oh god, like 10 years. I actually bought them at a now sample sale, so I never got the full price. It's like a warehouse sample sale nearby, and then I.
We don't do those
We
anymore.
don't talk about those anymore.
Well, I mean, we haven't done one of those in like 10 years.
I like climb Mount Hood and like Rainier knees. I ice climbed them. They were.
You didn't want to keep them? Now I feel bad.
Oh, I'm not that size anymore. They
She
moved
is
them
keeping
more.
them.
They, like,
She is
I
keeping
get
them.
that. They got to a point where they like wouldn't. I couldn't really do WR anymore.
You could put like small hiking stuff into the pouch.
The chunk.
Totally.
Yeah, so here.
You know, I'll trade you a tank top.
There are two.
You get one, Ryan. You get to make one. So this one, you can either just sew it up, add elastic to it, or cording. We can add another snap to this part. There's your little handle, a little baggie. Like this.
Yeah.
Right.
Or koozie.
That was. I've made wool koozies before. Stuff like that.
You want to carry water bottle, you know, on the back.
Or like a bike, bag, put on your bike, your phones and stuff in it.
I like that idea.
I actually, who's got a pair of woolen pants? I want to show you. Is that wool?
No one brought woven pants.
No, you want the tats. That's, is that upcycle? It is. It's, no, this one has stretch in it. Yeah, it's got some light.
Do you want denim?
I do. It's on a pair of jeans or something. What else in your bitty bag there?
What do you just like kind of can't keep repairing where it wears?
Will this look at you?
Not currently.
I'm gonna show you guys a trick. You're gonna ask me whether or not this works or not. This is how I make my boys go shopping. So if you
Allegedly.
wear it around your neck, and if it fits like that, it'll fit you. If it overlaps, it's too big. If it's like that, it's too small. I don't know why, but it does. It happens. Because my boys refuse to go in the dressing room, so I'm like, put it around your neck. And first they were like, God, that's so embarrassing. Now they do it, and they just walk around like this. I'm like, oh, that fits. Okay, I want these on. All right.
But they're also just so fun out here.
But you can make jeans. But here's that part I want to show you. So right here. It's right here. Okay, I have to look at it real quick. You guys are so quiet. Ask me a question. Anybody have any questions about
I
recycling?
have a wedding next week. Will you help me with my job? No. It's too long.
Oh, him?
I'm kidding.
Just end up wearing thin right here in
Mhm.
jeans, and like sometimes I've gotten them restitched, but then it kind of falls apart seamlessly. Do you recommend people even?
For jeans,
That's
Yeah,
such a
when
good
we're
question.
25, like that's usually when I have to get rid of my jeans. And then,
I repair them with the seam tape. I love seam.
is this something I have to do myself? Because I'm not very skilled. Well, and I'm
You
paying
know
someone
the
to
iron?
I'm a steamer, but I could get an iron. I don't even iron.
You need the iron because that's what's
Okay.
hot, yeah. But you can,
You could just do that on the inside.
Yeah, and then you could do hand stitching too. You could do if
I
it's.
wouldn't want it to be obvious. I'd feel kind of awkward if it was obvious sewing there.
Seam tape.
Seam tape, and then I wouldn't be noticeable. If I do it before it's too.
Do you have your seam tape on you?
No, I mean, I have like really old.
No, I thought you had seam tape.
No, I
actual
meant
seam
like,
tape.
if you're talking about this is like so long ago.
Okay, I'm trying to find. So here's what's gonna happen now. Ready?
Same reaction.
Here we go.
What? You?
I know.
You? What?
Do you want those jeans, Michelle?
I mean, they're kind of thin in places.
Alright.
Low.
Close the bottom, you add a 1-inch pleat, and here's your wine bottle holder. And you can add it like a nice little chunk.
What were you just measuring when you flipped up to the waistline and back?
I was measuring where the rise was, how it ended,
Okay.
because I'm going to make something without sewing.
Those are called easy jukes.
Okay? What's that?
Now I'm definitely not gonna.
I think you've seen that.
You can, look, they're little short shorts, they use dukes now. You can do that too. And fringes to the bottom.
You did.
I have a bag with me that I made, and I used little boy's old jeans that were worn out for the
Mhm.
pocket, took the pocket right off, and then used the legs for a handle and a, what do you call that? I said I would point that out since you were doing something with jeans. Thanks.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. I was too busy.
You can take the pockets right off of jeans and sew it onto something else.
Sure. I'm gonna show you in a second. This is just a really quick thing. I usually take more care when I'm cutting up stuff, but you know. What?
Are you gonna use the waistband for something?
Yes.
It's
Please hold.
like a magic trick.
I know, right? For my next trick. What was your name?
Aaron.
Karen?
Aaron.
Aaron. Aaron.
Open face shorts.
What's that?
Open face shorts.
The opposite of that.
You wear them to the naked bike ride.
Oh, yeah.
That happens here, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Have you all participated in that?
yes.
Never.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh.
We have bikes.
Alright, alright.
And you can wear it to the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold your phone in.
You're a little shy. You're a little shy. But yeah. So you could trim this, I would trim this off and I would add a cute little ruffle to it or what have you. But I have actually made
And
this for
turn it
the. Yeah, see, and then so it
I can take photos
closes.
of it now.
Okay, so you can make it. Okay, what else? We've taken pockets, I've taken a bunch of pockets and just kind of sewn them onto here. And then you could hang this on a clip and then have little pockets for mail, right? Your bills or whatever, things you don't wanna pay till next month, you know, stuff like that. Put them away. Okay, what else? I would also, I could take this part right here and then make it into a poster. I can make a poster. Oh, what did you say? A post,
Poster.
I like the pocket hanging idea. I think I'll make that for my nephew in college and send it to him. A place to organize inside his closet.
you could fill it with some, candy or. So that could be your little water bottle poster. You could add a nice design to it, quilting. How many people do you know how to sew and use a sewing machine? I'm hiring for sewing. So I've done posters, so I've taken just a embroidery stitch all the way around, zigzag, quilted it, and then it's a poster.
What exactly do you do with all of the materials that you recycle? Like, do you make posters and then you sell them?
No, we do not. That's not part of our business. Our business is more about, that's just special projects. If, say, one of the brands says, and we've actually done, we've gotten, you've all heard of Koyuchi, very expensive linen bedding. They sent us a bunch of placemats. We didn't know what to do with them, so we cut them to smaller placemats, and we added pockets to it, and we bought bamboo utensils, and we made a rolling placemat, put elastic on it, and it's a take along utensil kit, and it's got a nice little placemat.
But to further answer your question too, with the product that has to be recycled, we partner with recyclers. So we pool all of the, 100% cotton, 100% wool, cotton poly, and partner with recyclers around the globe to get that recycled. Or we will pool a brand's products and have it all recycled and send them to new yarn so they can make new product. But we don't do the recycling ourselves.
Do you guys ever have, or have you guys ever considered working with Loopworks?
We do often refer to Loopworks when people ask us for this upcycling stuff. We don't fully have the bandwidth to be able to do it all the time for our brand, but we do Bruce made a duffel bag from an old delaminated rain jacket, and they did like an Instagram promotion, but it's expensive to do, so it's definitely not part of our business for the most part.
Is the stuff that you get from the brands, is it pre-consumer?
It's both. Some of it is customer returns, some of it never left the factory before. Yeah.
So it's customer returns, whether it's quality or it's customer returns, you know, have a program where
Because we send some stuff that's post warranty, and
Post-warranty.
you guys upcycle it, or you can recycle it.
Or sometimes it's renewable.
Yeah.
Still, I mean,
Even if it's cut right, because even post warranty, sometimes it's.
yeah, a lot of our products have seen the world and this, been with customers, but sometimes it's just that the factory made a mistake or it got damaged in shipping.
Like a lot of the product we have today, if you stay to work on a project, is prototypes. We usually go through 2 rounds of prototyping, and the first round is, sometimes it's a better quality than others, but a lot of times it's a different fabric, and it's just for the silhouette, or it's a different color, and we always end up like making marks on it, and taping it, and pinning it, and that kind of stuff, and then they're really not, we don't even wanna donate something like that, so we'll give it to these guys to renew, and like who's really repair it, or make a dog thing out of it. One time she made this awesome duffel bag out of one of our original jackets. Yeah, it was for us, and we made it into this duffel bag, and we raffled it off, and the social media manager at the time chose someone in New Zealand, so after all of that, we had to ship that all the way to New Zealand, but they were really excited.
I take it, it's fleece. It was a fleece jacket and it had nylon panels to it, so it was completely recyclable. Like, we couldn't repair it or anything. So I took the 2 panels off. I took the back and the front panel, sewed it together. The sleeves I made into a handle, and it was a laptop, an Apple laptop case. And then I've also taken a rain jacket where the front panel, you just cut it apart, the 2 front panels, cut it, sew it together, put a strap on it, and it was a day pack. Because it had the center front zippers already and all the pockets into it, and it's waterproof.
Yeah, do the waterproof computer case that you're that.
Yeah. So a lot, you know, like. So you've got an apron and a doggy, right? And a coaster and a wine case.
And I'm gonna do more things.
I know, right? You've got now 6 items.
So how would you, to finish it, like you just sew the bottom to line thing, or what would you do later to make it?
So, oh, I cut it up with a dog toy. But so you would take this, I would turn it inside out. I have my sewing machine in here, I'm gonna sew it real quick. So I would sew it. This is a serger. What's that?
I was gonna say, I hope you're gonna finish some of those projects that you just cut up some of there for me.
Right here.
She has the sewing machine, so if anyone's worried, I'm sure you get the bonus of leaving with
You can
upcycled
use-
items. Right, perfectly,
So this is your overlock serger, and that's what that is, this machine. And it finishes it, alright, so here's her little, so I just sewed it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then to finish it off, I could just sew the ends together. This